Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in a big old wide old world. My name is Jade, and you are about to watch How to App on iOS. And things are good. Hopefully everything's working out there in streaming land today. Okie dokie, let's get into this show. Let me make my screen a little bit bigger here. How do you do? I hope everyone is doing okay. I'm doing much better than yesterday. Yesterday was a trial and a tribulation and all that good stuff. But that's all good because, as I say on this show, and I really need to learn myself. So let's cover this. Before I do, let's say hello to people in the chat. So, we'll start off before talking about the chat. We are restreaming again using Restream. So this is my second time using Restream, and I'm pretty sure I've worked out how to use it today properly. So everything's working and looks like it's going across to Facebook okay. We've got 2 Facebook channels that it is streaming, and you can also witness the show on How to App on iOS.com, so you can actually watch the show live over there every day at howtoappoниos.com, and we are streaming here on YouTube. So without further ado, say hello to some people. Gary Hubbs, hello, you're in the chat. I can see Tom Rochelle, Benedict Stewart, greetings. I hope you are doing well. So morning coffee. So if this Restream gig all works out nice and cool, I definitely can see myself using this going on because it seems to be working really cool from this setup. Hello, Natasha, over there on Facebook. Good to see you as well. So, all right, yesterday. Let's talk about yesterday. Let's talk about mistakes and how they make you better, and being hard on yourself and all that stuff. So I just want to cover that first. So yesterday I released my debut single for MEtheist. I'm sure if you follow the channel, you'd know, or be very well aware of all the work that I put into it, which was a hell of a lot of work. So here it is here. I'm just bringing it up on my YouTube page. So, oh, that's one thing I forgot to do before setting up, is make sure my sound is actually working. But here is the clip. So it took me about 2 weeks to produce this in my garage using my iPad and using cameras and all that stuff and editing it all on my iPad, and I'm super happy with it. And yesterday I released it, and I had some issues releasing it because I had a premiere here on YouTube, but I actually uploaded the video with a mono audio recording. And how did this happen? Because I'm an audiophile, and I like to pride myself at being pretty good at this stuff, and knowing what I'm doing. And I found out how it happened. So let's cover this. Let's get out of here. So here's the deal. I'll stop it from playing first. You can go away. All right. So normally I would use headphones if I'm mixing down, or definitely audio, have headphones on, listen to my studio monitors to make sure everything's coming out in stereo. Definitely for recording music, that is the case. For mixing or mastering or anything like that, even if I'm making a video or anything like that, I'm using the app which I use to make the video clip, LumaFusion, I would normally wear headphones. It's not a necessity to wear headphones if I'm actually making a music video and using LumaFusion, because you can actually click on the file and see what it is. So I'll show you that just before we get into today's app. This is a really cool thing that you can do and people probably aren't aware of. So here is the video clip, and here's how I tested out to make sure that the file was actually in mono yesterday. So I'll go to full screen here. So this is... So when you look at your palette here, over here underneath the main screen, you've got this little I button. And when you click on that, it brings up information about anything that you have selected. So a photo, a video, a music file, anything that you have in your timeline, you can click on this eye and get instant information on it. And as you can see here, this is what I uploaded, this bottom one. So I checked that out, and it says mono. Interesting. And this was the one this was the actual master that I took from LumaFusion. And as you can see, it's in stereo. So where did it go wrong? Because here's the deal. I know I don't need to actually wear headphones in LumaFusion to do my mix down, because I can just check this little I button. So I knew the file was in stereo. So when I mixed it down, it would have gone into my Photos app and it would have been stereo. It was stereo. So how did it turn into mono? The only logical explanation I can find is the app that I used to add the grain and all the noise and disturbance to the film footage afterwards, which, if I just close that, is called Videon. This app here. So I opened it up and I tried to have a look at the settings to see what's going on. So let's have a look here. Is there any settings in here? So we've got microphone settings. We've got, this is all for camera stuff. So microphone, audio set to on, but there's no actual settings to let me select a different type of mono or stereo. So, all right, so it's not that. So then I opened up the actual file here. Here it is. So if I click on it, in the settings here, frame rates per second, okay. Compression. So there's a compression button. All right. Still doesn't give me any answers. But that's interesting too. So the compression's set to 100. So if I turn this up, it actually makes the file bigger. So, but it doesn't tell me if that changes the sound or actually what it does to the video. It's really odd. Resize. So that's only size. Aspect ratio. So there looks like there's nothing. Effects. You can add music, but there isn't any settings in here. So the only thing I can assume from here is when I mix this down and created this file in here, it actually changes the audio to mono, which is really disappointing. Anyway, and I'm not dwelling on it or anything like that, because, you know, as I said, I like to pride myself in knowing what I'm doing, and I want to find out how this has happened so I don't do it again. Because, you know, I was absolutely certain it should be in stereo, but it turned out being in mono. So I can only assume from this that is the culprit, because after I made that version, and it changed the file type from MP4 to a MOV file. So that's interesting. So I'm guessing that's where it all happened. But what are we doing here today? We are looking at an app which I came across last week and I thought was really cool. I was thinking, should I implement using this app in my making of this music video? Should I do it? Came down to it was too important. The video clip was too important for me to get right, filming and all of that, to experiment with something that I haven't spent a lot of time on. So I'm actually smart enough to be able to know that, but yeah, in other instances not. So here is this app. So it's basically as I said from the title of the show, which it is there, Cinemaker. That is the deal. These are the guys. So there's two apps you can download. One is for iPad and one is for your iPhone. The first one for iPad is called DirectorPad. Now, both of these are free, remembering that. And just answering a question of Tom Rochelle in the chat here. So if you use Videon, you probably need to bring it back into LumaFusion, mute the audio, and re-add the stereo file in LumaFusion. That's frustrating, but at least we know. Yes, and that's exactly what I did, as you can see there. So I added them both in and then did a mix down of it. And then the top one here was the one I imported back in to see if it all worked out okay. So there you go. It is frustrating, but you know, not everybody is going to use that particular app, that Videon, to use those particular filters and such. It's just, and you know what? It's made me think, Tom, I need to go and start looking for a more modern new app that does similar. because I've had that app for a long time, and I'm guessing they just haven't really updated their app for a long time, because that app, that video app, has been out for many, many years. And, and I'm not slagging developers when I say this, but it looks like it hasn't really had too many updates. In the last review for it was about 7 years ago. So it is what it is. So back to DirectorPad, and hello to Russ, who has joined us here in the chat also. So we've got these two apps, DirectorPad, and the other app is called Capture for your iPhone. I will start off by saying you do need multiple devices to be able to do this. And the good thing is the Capture app that you do need works on older devices. Let's have a look how far back they do go, just to be sure. I don't want to give any misinformation. So it is Capture. Hopefully, let's see if it finds it straight away. It's probably not going to. I should just put in Cinemaker. So I'm doing it one hand because I have a coffee in my hand. So Cinemaker Capture, here is the app. Let's see what does it list the devices you can use it on. Compatibility requires iOS 11 or later. So that looks like it's the only kind of drawback. They're not stating any devices or anything like that, where some of these apps require it to be a certain device. So even if you've got older devices, it's going to be perfect. Let's see if there's anything listed down here. So this is really great if you've got older iPhones laying around, or an iPod Touch or anything like that. You can just bang this on here, this Capture app, and you can set up a whole bunch of cameras, all to be controlled by your iPad. So let's dive in, shall we, and have a look at this thing. Here is the main app. This is the DirectorPad. And once you open, and let's just be completely honest here, all of these are free, but there is a subscription if you would like to have up to 4 cameras running at once. But for free, you can have up to 2 cameras. I don't know too many people who have 4 iPhones laying around anyway. But one of the features you do get for paying the subscription, I think it's a subscription, let me make sure, upgrade, so maybe it's, yeah, so it is a subscription. You get to try it for 7 days free, and it's expensive, man. So it's, for Australia anyway, $49.99 a month to have all of these extra things. So connect up to 4 iPhones as video camera assistants, DirectorPad preview and control, overlay text and graphics. So you get all that anyway, the text and graphics and stuff. You can actually, so you can live stream from these as well. You can live stream to Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and other things like OBS. So that's really incredible. You can archive all your stuff to iCloud. This is all just in the free one as well. Adobe, you can Adobe Premiere extension and Final Cut Pro compatibility. So that's all in the free. Only 2 iPhones. When you look at the other one and you've got up to 4 iPhones and paying $49 a month, clearly if you've got 4 iPhones, you're probably a bit more serious about film, so you may be able to afford $49 a month or $329 a year. The green screen thing's cool. I wish they would, look, let's be honest, I wish they would make these things a once-off payment. Because even if you did pay $300 once off to be able to do this, it's probably a much better investment. But if you're paying $300 a year and not using it every day, then it's a complete waste. But to have chroma key on there, that's really cool. So there you go. There's your payment options. So as you can see, for free, you get a shitload of good stuff here. So here's the opening splash screen of this wonderful app, which I like a lot. Let's just cover down the bottom here. So when you have, you can actually click between projects. So whatever you have created in this will show up down the bottom here, just on your local iPad. And this little button down here, iCloud, shows what you've saved to iCloud Drive. So that's really cool. We'll click on options up here. As you can see, you can set up an account, which I have done but haven't logged in. So you can go to your projects, local storage, all the same up here, update, and you've got some settings as well. Let's have a look at these settings. So you can change the setting to actually save directly to your camera roll as soon as you finish recording or whatever. You've got your transition types. So you've got a whole bunch of transition types in here, which is amazing for free. Durations for your transitions. You can connect to social media networks, so Google and looks like Facebook. You got a splash image there. You can add some keyboard shortcuts, and we've got some advanced settings here which I haven't seen. What have we got? So we've got video latency, bit rates, and YouTube latency and Facebook privacy. So for if you're streaming, so you've got some options there for when you're streaming. Pretty basic stuff, all good. Let's open a new session and have a look at this. So all you do is click new session, and here is your nice paletted screen. And I have an iPhone over here already connected to the app. So bang, there it is. Now, how this works is there's no wires or anything like that. So you need to have your devices connected over the same Wi-Fi network. And as you can see, there's a bit of lag there. But you have to remember, I'm restreaming right now across heaps of internet. I'm streaming 1080p and doing all that kind of stuff too. So there's one camera. Let me hook up the other camera as well. Where's that? It's right next to it, actually. Oh dear. There we go. Where's the app? Here it is. So I've turned it on, and there we go. So how easy was that? I just opened the app on both of them, and we have two cameras instantly streaming into here. So already for free, that's some pretty damn good shit. I'm really impressed. For free, that's absolutely sick. And you can just click on them to go between. Nice and simple. You can let's have a look further into each of these. So it's even found the names of the phone. So you know, it's my 6S and my iPhone SE. All right, let's have a look at what else is here. So you're seeing me live to, and look, this would be perfect for shooting a video clip. I really should have used this, and I probably will most likely use this for my next kind of shoot for a video clip, to have these set up in the garage from slightly different angles with my green screen and everything, and know that I'm recording different angles all at the one time in one take, and it's saving them straight to my iCloud or straight to my device. That's shit hot. Damn cool. And you know, even if I was doing a big shoot just for a specific project, that would be really cool, just to pay the $50 just for that month to have this kind of flexibility and power. I'm very impressed already. So across the top here, you have a bunch of options. So here's this media button. You can add media. You can add an image. You can add a movie. You can add text. Let's add some text to this. So it opens a brand new screen up here, and I can, let's just put how to app test, and you can change your font. You can rotate it around, so you've got a whole bunch of fonts in here, which is nice and cool. There we go. Let's just go with that. You can change the color. And it looks like you've got a little plus sign here, so you can change to choose your own colors as well. Nice addition there. Let's just go with this. And you can grab this, move it around wherever you want. We'll probably go with a different color. Let's just go with white. So you can change the size of it as well. Nice and simple. Let's put that right across the bottom there. Really cool. So that's for that particular camera. So I don't know if you can actually, so let's save it. So we're saving it to, I think we're saving it to camera 1. I don't know. All right, cool. So we've saved it now, and now you can see there's a little eyeball next to it that's crossed out. So you can turn that on and off as you well wish. I don't know if you can add it. It would be cool if you could add it specifically to one one of the cameras. So maybe you can. So if we uncheck these, so I'm just going across here and just display on number 1. So that's pretty cool. Now if we hit save up here and we leave it on, so cool, you can see it's not on camera 2, but it's on camera 1. So you've got plenty of little options there with text, so that's nice and handy. What else do we have here in this add media section? So you can have picture in picture. I wonder if this works. Oh, cool. How cool is that? So you can, so I could put source 2 in here, and you can obviously change the size of it. So what have we got? I guess it's the expand. No. So I'll do it with my finger. No. How do I make it small? Let's reset it. All right. Guessing maybe just drag on it. No, not in the corners. Maybe that's the only size you can have. But you can create a border around it. So you can add a colored border, which is a nice touch. Look at that. That's pretty cool. What have we got? Crop. How do I crop it? Maybe it's from the side. Maybe I use my finger. Ah, so pinch. Cool, there we go. Okay, so I don't want to crop that. Let's go back and add that again. Picture in picture, cool. We'll add a border again. And I'm guessing if I pinch it, there you go. So you just pinch the actual image and you can change the size of it. So how's that for free? That's pretty ace. I'm very impressed. So there you go, your little picture in picture down there. You can rotate it, all that kind of stuff. That's cool. Let's save that. And let's make sure that's only on preview 2. And we save. So there we go. When we click over here and we turn on this, oops, we turn on that, there we've got our picture in picture sitting on that camera only. So yeah, awesome. What other media do we have here? So you can add some audio. You can add a movie to it, it looks like. You can add an image. Let's see what happens when we add an image to it. Okay, so if I hit plus, so it goes to my camera roll. That's pretty cool. So we can add a picture of my album. Is that going to work? Where is it gone? There we go. There's my album. So I can pop that here. So I'm guessing you can add video just as easily. So pretty damn cool, huh? Again, you can add a border around it. And it looks like down here you can see there's a chroma key. So if you are paying for the subscription, that would be super cool to be able to have a chroma key built into that as well. Let's just save that. And you can turn these on and off just by flicking the little eye up the top here. And just bring it into shot. Cool, you can hit the modify button to remove any of these, get rid of them, clean them out. Let's skip across to the next selection. So this looks like it's controlling your color and exposure. This I'm absolutely blown away by. To be able to have the functionality to actually control your zoom and your coloration of your cameras, that's mind-blowing. So let's flick over to the SE. If I change the zoom here, look at that. It's controlling the zoom on my phone. Sweet as. And look at that. There's my crappy little Wi-Fi thing under the desk. Yeehaw. That's pretty impressive. So you got exposure as well. So you can change your exposure. You can... So awesome, awesome, awesome. Whoa, look at that. There we go. So you can turn on your flashlight. Are you kidding me? Really? Wow, the flashlight's just come on. That's pretty cool, yeah? So you can control the flashlight from here. You've got your white balance, focus, and then you've got the other phone down here. So you can control both devices very easily from this. Super, super, super cool. Let me just have a vape break. And the reason I'm covering this too is I'm just keeping in line with this week with, making a music video and all that stuff. So this thing had popped up to test out. Last week I was looking at this, and it just seems fitting to jump in and have a look at this today. So the next thing across here is audio. So you can actually add the audio. You can change the audio that's being recorded in the phone. So you can do that as well. I mean, if you wanted to. I mean, if you're recording multiple things at once, I don't know how that'd be beneficial. Or you can mute them as well, and just if you were going live stream, you could just use your sound. So how would you interface it with OBS? That's interesting. I don't know yet, Tom. Hopefully I'm going to find out on this show. Because I like to do that. I like to not really know the whole story of these apps and find out. But let's have a look. So we get the idea about changing the sound on your phones. So here we are. We've got chroma key settings here. Clearly I can't do them because I don't have a chroma key. And these are your cross dissolves. So we can change these as well for when I change between my scenes. So let's just do a 0.5 seconds cross dissolve and see if that is working. Yeah, so there we go. Nice little cross dissolve there. Bit of lag because I am streaming. How's that? So we got a minify and cross dissolve. We got a slide down. So that's nice. What else? There's just a slide down and a minify. So pretty basic stuff, but hey, if you're just starting out with this stuff or you only have iOS devices and don't have a computer or anything, this is something to look towards. So we are set to wipe there. That's all good. Now let's see if I can find out how we get into how we would do a stream on here. So I just shrunk. What was this? So that just changes my view. Let's have a look at the help button. So manage media, control cameras, mix audio with each audio source, set chroma keys, reset factory use transitions. So there's all that. I'm guessing. Let's have a look. I don't know what this does. I'm guessing it's going to be my AirPlay. So there's my battery up there. But I don't know how to organize to do a stream. That is something I'm not sure how to do. Maybe we can find out. So let's try recording something, just seeing how that works as well. Let's just press this, see what this does. I don't know what this does. Was there a help thing for that? Resets focus and exposure. Okay, cool. I love these little help nodules. They are damn cool. So let's try recording something. Oh, so here we go. So this is how you do it. So for live streaming, start recording. It's the big red button. Why didn't I think of that? Exactly, Russ. Would be perfect for a security camera. As you can probably can't see if I pick up this camera here. So I have an iPad mini sitting there. There's my iPad mini, which, I really only use my iPad mini for this show. It just sits there on my audio interface just to play the theme music. See, if I press, that's all it does. That's its only use these days. But how cool would that be to have that set up, say, in your kitchen, permanently connected to your Wi-Fi with this app on it, and a couple of your iPhones like set up maybe somewhere attached with a casing over it. It's pretty easy to make a casing for security cameras or anything like that. You could do that. Definitely. Definitely a cheap alternative for people who have spare iPod touches or iPhones laying around that they're not using or don't have kids or people to hand them down to. So that's really cool. So I know you're all waiting. What happens when we press the big red button? So let's do it. And I'll do it with my finger just to be more exciting. Start recording. Oh, I've got red button fever. Hit that button. What happens? Nothing. Okay, so it brings up all these options. I'm fucking excited now, folks. I'm fucking excited. All right, so you can enter a title for your video. So let's start here first. You can choose your resolution. So that's cool. Goes all the way up to 1080p. fantastic. That's what we want to see. You can choose a title. So let's just give it a name, test video. And what happens when we click across, so I use my mouse, wants me to sign into YouTube. Well, I'm not going to do that live on here because I don't want to do my password. So Facebook as well, but I want to see this RTMP because this is where we're going to go with things like Restream or with OBS. So this is pretty cool. You can set your server URL from here. There you go. Very, very, very cool. You can use this as OBS virtually. So you would go to your YouTube channel, you'd create a new stream, and you just get your RTMP settings, and you would just copy them into here and your stream key, choose your resolution, hit bang, and you can start and you can stream virtually from this. Really, really cool. I'm very, very blown away. So I'm not sure how we would use that. Trying to rack my brain on the fly here, how we would use it with OBS. But how do we do that? How would we do that? I'll tell you how we. How do we do that? I don't know. My brain's. It's only early in the morning. I have to think about that a little bit more and maybe update a little bit later on. Or maybe I'll do an episode using this into OBS. That would be interesting. So look, that's pretty cool. If I hit Facebook, it wants me to sign in. I'm not going to do that live. I probably should have done that, but I wanted to show you guys on the fly that I'm kind of looking at this straight up for the first time myself. So I don't really know. So let's record some test video. So we're just recording right now, flicking between these. We got sound over here. So I'm just clicking into it to see how that's recording. We can flick between our scenes and hit stop. Do you want to stop recording or live stream? Sweet. And okay, here's what happens next. You've got a live editor. What happens here? This is pretty cool. All right, so you've got editing tools as well. Are you shitting me? Really? How do we use these? All right, so I can hit play. Oh, see how that's recording. Cool. We can flick between our scenes and hit stop. Do you want to stop recording? Okay, this is interesting. So over here, it looks like we have added layers. So it looks like somehow you can add layers to this. So I'm guessing if you record multiple scenes, you can add them into here. So you've got a cut button here as well, so you can trim this down. So it looks like it's pretty basic stuff. So a cut, copy, paste, and delete. So that's nice. How do we get out of there? How do we, I guess we just click the scissors again. Cool. So very basic stuff for editing, but that's really cool if you're just editing on the fly and want to chop down a particular video. And I'm guessing to save these files, you just hit up the top. You can see now the exit button has changed live on the fly to save and exit editor. So I'm guessing when you would exit this, let's try it. It would add your project. All right, so it went back to here. All right, cool. So now if I exit the session, I'm hoping connection will be lost. Yep, that's cool. And there is my test video down here, which if I click on, it opens up and gives you the actual file to edit as well. Now, I don't know how you would save this, but I'm guessing. Let's have a look. So you can export up here. There you go. So up the top here, once you're in the edit scene of this app, up the top there, you've got a little share button and you can select your quality. So better, best, good, low. I'm guessing best is 1080p. And then you would render your video. You've also got chroma key options you can use for this after you've recorded it. You can alter the audio for the video as well. So if I hit play, so I'm just recording right now, flicking between these, we've got sound over. You probably, I don't know, can you do it in here? I thought you'd be able to change it actually in here on the fly. Maybe that's not the case. Cool. But let's have a look. Let's render it and see how long it takes to render. Please be patient. This may take a few minutes. That was really quick. So my video was saved. Where has it saved it? I'm very interested to know. Has it saved it in my Photos app? Let's jump out and have a look. I'm assuming that's where it would have gone, because that's where most things, and there it is. Nicey nicey, all good. Oh, it sounds muted over here. Cool. So I'm just clicking into it to see how that's recording. We can flick between our scenes, and nicey nicey. So there you go. And you know, what can I say? It's free. Both of the apps are free. There is a link in the description to both of the apps. So why not? Just go grab them, check them out for yourselves. I'm sure this will come in handy for anybody who's thinking about even dabbling in recording music videos or any kind of just anything with needs multi-cameras or anything like that, or just even a single cam, where, you know, the ability to have on your iPad just with very simple controls to add picture in picture or anything like that with 2 cameras, or some basic simple text on it. That's pretty cool. So I thought I would give you a rundown of this app. It's not going to be an incredibly long show today. Just thought I would run over this because we are talking about all these video recording, video clips. It has been a themed week of that. And there you go. I hope that you have got something out of this today. I'm not sure still, Tom, how this would interface with OBS or Mac. I still have to. I guess I have to think about it a little bit more. Maybe do they have a? Let's open it up again. One other thing we'll do, because I didn't do it. Do they have support about Cinemaker? I was hoping they would have a page. So where does support take you? Forums, ask a question, facts about. So there's a live chat thing you can talk to Cinemaker about. Facts and how-tos. Okay, here we go. So you've got all the stuff in here. Pre-production, post-production, facts. Let's see if we can find out in here. iOS, oh, there we go. iOS devices. So you need an iPhone 6 or newer. iPad Air 2 or newer. So I should have just come here. This has got all the answers we need. Solutions to wireless connectivity. What is Cinemaker and Handoff to macOS? Handoff macOS enables powerful capabilities for blah, blah, blah. We've got including automatic import and Apple Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere by simplifying the transfer to your Cinemaker in one single step. Once your multi-camera recording or live stream is completed using Cinemaker Director, you can use Handoff. So that's really cool. It automatically opens, showing your project is available to transfer. There you go. So you can use Handoff directly into your Mac using Wi-Fi or Ethernet into things like Final Cut or Adobe Premiere. Wow, wow. That's pretty cool. How to start a live stream. I want to find out, is there a search thing here for me to find out? I didn't see anything for how to add graphics. So you can definitely add, I'm assuming you could add overlays. We could try it. Let's see if, let's try this while we're still here. If I jump into, we'll start a new session. Hopefully the cameras come back on. Cool. How's that? We started off, we created a new session and all the things I'd added previously are all still there. That's really cool. So can I do this? Can I add an image not from my Photos app? Damn, I can't see a way to add an image from... let's try this quickly. Let's see if this works. So I'm going to jump into... my documents. I'm going to grab I'm going to grab this how to app asset, and let's what do we want to do? We want to copy this. I want to copy it into my Photos app, and it's copying into my Photos app. Cool. Now let's jump back into here. We'll add an image. Now this is a, wow, there you go. Look at this. So this is a PNG with a transparent box. This is what I used to do my interviews. So look at that. You can even add in here an asset that you've made with a transparency, a PNG, and set up things like this. So I could seriously do my show from here. I could actually set up and have a camera set up in here. So that is really cool. Let's turn off that text there. And there is my asset. So that's really, really ace. I'm super impressed by that. I had no idea. I'm glad I didn't finish the show early. Let's go back to their little help thing and see if we can find any more help things before I finish the show. What do we got? So, what was it in? Support. Facts and how-tos. Let's just go through the facts. How do I start recording? Possible to use Android. Who cares? Can I live stream to Instagram? I doubt it. I'm guessing people have asked that. How much storage is required? Screen share. Screen share to Cinemaker from a Mac. That's interesting. Cinemaker allows screen sharing from Mac, desktop or laptop. When you screen share to Cinemaker, your Mac screen will appear in an open camera position. Okay. So Cine.io is the Cinemaker extension that can be downloaded from the Mac App Store. So I'm guessing that's free as well. It must be installed on your Mac computer, and you can screen share into, there you go. So it looks like you can set a screen share. I don't have a Mac to be able to do this. Wow, look at that. So you can actually screen share into this if you were live streaming from why you would be using this over a Mac. I don't know. People do what they want. How to switch from front to back camera. Can I purchase encoders? How do I start recording? I'm looking for, how do we, so handoff technology. I'm looking for, I wish there was a little search button. That would be cool. Let's have a look at, I guess, getting started. See if we can find it here. Network using wired connection, connecting blah, 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 blah. Setup, download, network, nothing in there for using OBS, maybe in production. Creating a live edit, live stream and record. Maybe it's in there. Screen share, we've already covered that one. Let's have a look to see if we've got anything in here. Excuse me. All right, streaming. So this is what happens because I couldn't show you this. For instructions on how to stream to Twitch or any other, right? So that's that. So this is the options that you get when you, I'll make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. I forgot about that. So you can actually choose a group in Facebook as well. So a group or a page. That's really cool. Like a lot of things don't even let you do anything past your own user. So you can set privacy settings from here. The name of your title. This is for Facebook. What else do we have? Transitioning between cameras, camera controls. Yeah, we get all that. We want to find out if we can use OBS. So there's nothing much in there for OBS. Live stream overview. Let's have a look at this. Oh, it's taking me to a website. All right, this is probably going to give me all the answers I need, hopefully. All right, so here's YouTube. Once you set this up, you get a stream title. You can set your latency, your privacy settings, your resolution. There's your Facebook one. But there doesn't look like there's anything else for using a YouTube URL. What have we got? Pre-production planning. Let's have a look at this one. Using your unique stream key. Before you can stream, it's important. So For RTMP destinations like Twitch, Periscope, and others, you can select manual RTMP and the stream URL. So essentially, you can set up your own if you are going direct to Twitch as well, which is really cool. So I don't know if you could. I guess you could. I don't know if you could game on here. You could probably find some bizarre workaround to do it somehow. I don't know. But I can't see anything for OBS. Is there a search feature here on their knowledge base? This is really sad. These guys don't have a search button. Because wouldn't it be so much easier just to put in OBS? But that is... Here's their learn. Oh, there we go. Ask a question. Let's just put in OBS. No results found. Yeah. Tom Rochelle says, I wonder if it bypasses the streaming restrictions on smart devices for YouTube. Well, I'm guessing that it definitely does. Because how does it know that it's coming from a mobile device? Because it looks like it's coming from if they wouldn't put the feature on there if it didn't work. So there you go. This is another solution for those people who maybe don't have, like me, 1,000 subscribers yet and can't monetize and aren't able to use the function to actually stream from a mobile device. With this, you fucking can. Victory. I'm guessing I can't actually do it right now because I am streaming to YouTube. But let's see, is there anything else in here for post-production? Overview, performing a live edit after recording, Cinemaker handoff, opening Cinemaker projects, support, what else we got? I can't find anything else about it. Production, live streaming. Is there anything in this? Let's have a couple more looks around. No, I've already been on this page, I think. But I will try and find out and post the info in the comment section, I do believe. How's that, if I find anything else about it? Connecting to the internet to live stream, YouTube. Let's have a look at this. Is interesting. So I'm guessing it's going to work for... it doesn't say. What do we got? All right. So while live streaming to YouTube... Natively, YouTube's policy makes it trickier if you don't have 1,000+ subscribers. Don't fret. Cinemaker has a solution for everyone to live stream to YouTube using Cinemaker regardless how many subs your channel has, and it gives you more options. First, here's a link to describing YouTube's restrictions to streaming. From Cinemaker to live stream YouTube with less than 1,000 subscribers, you can use Cinemaker's RTMP streaming option, accessible from the live stream record screen after hitting the red button. There you go. So it basically does get around the fact that if you have under 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and you're unable to use a mobile device to stream, you can now fucking do it with this app. That's pretty cool. Let's see, to learn, blah, 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 blah. You get, but to get your RTMP credentials from YouTube, they'll be entered. You must first log into YouTube account and create a stream. So that's the only thing you have to do. You have to set up in your YouTube studio. You have to set up the stream to do it, and then get your stream key and post it in here. So, this tells you all how to do it. And I found this website through the apps help thing the little ask questions help section. So this is pretty incredible. For free, again, for free. I can't say it any more than that. If you're looking to make some videos with multiple cameras, if you're looking at live streaming to YouTube, have under 1,000 viewers, if you're looking at creating live streams and you only have iOS devices, this is your place to go. This app is really cool and it's absolutely free. As I said again and again, let's go back. We'll start a new session just to show you one more time how easy it is. Bang, turn it on, and there you go. You can have overlays. That's really cool. You can have text, you can add video, you can add sound, you can flick between your cameras there. That's really cool. This app is the shit. So if you're not downloading it right now, then you're bonkers. Get on it. It's awesome. That's it for today, folks. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't subscribed already, then subscribe, because I know more than half of you watch my show, and there's over 800 of you, I think now, almost 800 people who have subscribed. I thank you guys for subscribing. But if you haven't subscribed, I know half of you watch every day and don't subscribe. Come over to YouTube and subscribe so you can catch up. The show's now live streamed every day on Facebook and on YouTube. That will be it for today. Let's close this app. I hope you have a great day creating. I hope you have a great day doing the things that make you happy. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you tomorrow for another episode of this wonderful show that I love doing each and every day. If you're in the live chat, thanks for hanging out. If you're watching on the replay, you will now see some little buttons on the screen to subscribe and a wonderful playlist of the 101 episodes that I have done of this show. Until tomorrow, keep doing the things that make you happy and do them with a smile on your face. Goodbye now.